Bra Facebook never can ato force in your money be okay. Yenyam kwadao. NDC after 6 months, yama jichi musu. Now when your NDC full soldier say defend it.
At the end of the day, and near my no, and yan is son a bem.
Levy and the boy did says how once in Levy.
I am surprised Honorable Jantuah is not in this chamber. When he came into office, he talked about the challenges at ECG.
Abusian Ghana ha aye butu ever since Enra, His Excellency the President, or introduce what we call Dumsor Levy. And as an energy sector levy, I meter biana for every month, over to your 1 seed on every meter. And of his top fuel biya for every 1 liter, no, over to your 1 seed means that auto 1 gallon, over 4 liters, over to your 4 cities, auto 2 gallons, 8 cities, 3 gallons, 12 cities, any other day. Whenever was here, Nana Jantuah, Nana Jantuah would defend the NDC power, but Nana Jantuah, Sports Obama, that is Saddick Adams, Miracle Aboagye, any honorable Afenyo Markin, Omunina, Omu and Superman, Obia very active to that. The Omake Kaumajan Pa, Adia Mahama, and Kanka, and Nana Jantuah, or fire Mahama, giddy, I Penyah media. Let's watch any demo. Over like if you do not have my own subscribers and click the notification upon the latest updates. Now better watch when their mammy ever comments and smash your baswa. Not even more for the enemy action. Ain't me obia. Me pay receipt jepa. Yajuma ye the facts and evidence and a casa. O casa, I was not to me prove it. I'm going to go as my account. I no crap. Ain't me obia me take keep receipt. Obekaya. Mahama in 2024. Eka said Ghana we don't need taxes. He will come and run a tax-free government. Tax is an government tax and Ghana for a minute. Or can say we 2025 during ministerial vetting, Atu Forsen as finance minister. Eko Tenase. Eno kas no oba or make sure say the first budget obey reading. His government will do away with the nuisance taxes. I said you are to the nuisance taxes no. COVID-19 e-levy and a betting tax. Mind you, COVID-19 tax that's what her year juma omuntimi free ho. E-levy oma ye free ho. Betting tax oma ye free ho ma me betting tax. Me new bet me ntwa bida me nim bet mu ejim betting tax no na emfa me ho. E-levy was 1%. O send 100 cedis a ni ato 1 cedi. O send 100 cedis ni ato into send 200 cedis 2 cedis. 1000 cedis say 10 cedis. What I say? 1,000 cedis, 10 cedis. 10,000 cedis, 100 cedis. I can tell you, sir, me since I introduced E-levy in 2023, the whole of 2023, I didn't send money to anybody. And you just cash in, cash out. Obiti for attempt, but I can tell you, say, since I introduced E-levy, Sika was sending in a crown, Sika was sending a fund of funds, so I will be, what self funds I will be. What come my 10 million cry in Europe? But if I will translation the day for attempt for E-levy. Betting tax, opa na utia. Bet me ntwabida, me ntwabi, me nim bet. It betting tax emfa me ho. What I say? E dey without to force say ato. Say we taxes me say we nyina firo no a. Obeye dai around the economy no. Ana to force. You know, the economist, senior economist, tactician, ebe catch say I will boost revenue without introducing new taxes. And I say Obeye ne say, and was arbitrum say, we don't need more taxes. We don't necessarily need to increase taxes to raise revenue. We have the tools at our disposal. Okay, so this particular video as a title.
Collects approximately 13.8% of GDP in terms of tax revenue, according to the latest data I've cited as part of the transition. It is obvious that we can do better. I've studied the Ghana economy for some time, and I can say without mentioning a word that Ghana has huge potential when it comes to tax revenue mobilization. You don't necessarily have to increase taxes before you rake in revenue. We have the handles. What we need to do is to improve compliance. I will work with the tax policy unit of the Ministry of Finance to ensure that we increase compliance and to
on the 25th March 2025, you know, after first inside a press conference, be resetting Ghana agenda, no move back or move the budget. Budget, no. Also, can say we etato.
It's a matter for us to discuss. However, I still maintain that tariffs should not be used to reward ECG's inefficiencies and other inefficiencies in the system.
But interestingly, Enra, 3rd June 2025, as of the good now at the floor of Parliament, government had what we call ES, that is energy sector, and as a Dumsor Levy Abba. I know for every meter biano, 1 month, which you want on every meter. And so for every 1 liter of fuel, Albertono, there's 1 city tax on it.
To help raise additional revenue to fund the needs in the power sector, the government is proposing an increase in export price of petrol, diesel, and related products. The impact will be absorbed by the gains made from the strong performance of the Ghana cedis. The Speaker, I repeat, the impact will be absorbed by the gains made from the strong performance of the Ghana cedis. And this will mean that consumers will not have to pay extra for the price of petrol and diesel beginning today. Right, Honorable Speaker, our simulations suggest that there will be no increase in the export price of petrol and diesel in the next window beginning today if the levy is imposed. This is because of a strong Ghana cedi. Right, Honorable Speaker, the levy will serve as a dedicated source of funding to the power sector, and the proceeds will be earmarked for the procurement of essential fuel for power generation. The Speaker, this will ensure that Ghana enjoys stable electricity.
What is before us is the Energy Sector Levy Amendment Bill. And basically, it is saying that Ghanaians should give 1 cedi, one Ghana cedi each, when they buy a liter of fuel, so that we can end Dumsor. That's all. 1 cedi. All of us should contribute 1 cedi. Just 1 cedi per, so that we can end Dumsor. 1 cedi. Each of us, when we buy fuel, 1 liter. 1 cedi. And Mr. Speaker, it is not e-levy.
Fuel price at 12 means that for every 1 liter biano, now a 1 year 13 cedis, 80, 1 liter, over 1 cedi, 2 liters, and a 1 gallon biano 4 liters. For every 1 gallon biano, over to your tax on it 4 cedis. It's very calculated number of liters here, and as a number of gallons are or car now go to a consumer now that calculator whole tax now between a day. And Jabba, because we have the mountain there, and this is for us. Oma gina frato from Omunti Ministry Department. They are defending this for lessons. But if you say, Arto Force and Crona the car said, he know how to, run this economy without creating new tax. Or no one a car, even COVID-19 tax run, won't mean flow. Yeah, even hear him. When I can say, wait, run the economy good without creating any new taxes. But Omugu TikTok some more, every campus, ya some more. Omugu TikTok up and say, Jimmy for some more money answer. Oma dane more by force, defending Kwasiadiwi. Now, dear by Nana Jantuah, Miracle Aboagye, Afenyo Markin, any sports about Madam Saddick Adam, Aboagye can be part, either Abai.
Now, we came a quite best soon. I'll be for Sweden Jessica. At 2 forcing when no kai, Bra Facebook Yenye. Bra Facebook never can kai, at 2 forcing your money be okay. Yenyam Kwadao. And this after 6 months, Yamaji Musu. And young crass send me a kick 5 years to send your man or kikaino. Say ya ni Jania ma NDC Obawana for soldiers defending a DB and Yabia Ghana Nibe Cabiano. Say Otia Bemwa, Onyana by no defending a cabrofo, na Afenyo Nemclo for a defending Sans Mununa MP before ya, who can be beer no more defendant. San your money in NDC for Nibia Sassi. Na ECG4. Womu eye nyomotimi makebusira ECG4 omutimi ma power na ye tono mu njiji ni ye omu kwaburo mu ka na ye ne wo se etua sebi obi kodi ni nsem hunu a ne ne etua se wunya fuel ECG4 na hwan na koso sa problem no enya mu amanyofo ya na mu koso sa problem no enti se obi tuo na penye bi bedi nsem hunu e won the platform so ye ECG ni o so ye to so ye den yo so this nsem hunu na Ghana fo mom e na wo se bre ye ka kire wo se e kwan be so na be fa so anya sika hwe dia to force nkasai Kofi kan mami ato force deɛ no ka ye busa ne sɛ ato wo ba ho maden ye mu bi ka sɛ to bo ase o Levy to bo ase. Ato was bold to say something. Bra Facebook never had it. Hey, Ato. Ediano no.
Ato say.
Ediano no.
Nana Ato say we don't need more taxes to raise revenue.
Bra Bekin can be Ediano no.
O see ye here to bebre.
And this oka say yanko school ana. Say na mo sha ase na mo yesa na be stress no. Don't even try. Yera Mahama. Men try Ghana for bo abaso men try because so we hear can near kasem now we you say English now pe on for say it's Ghana need the ho to no Ghana need top petrol wa from an ho to no time bia Ghana ni enjoy no politicians yenko say Levy bay Ghana for a mobile transaction all of a sudden abai say yenko na sika ho betting tax boys see chicho mu tax kakra abai so yenko ho yenko pesika say petrol so aba from kakra ma yen a yetimi top petrol yen age no abai say there be e come from there ye here sika ne mfanya de a e ka bi da ho it is aka no 1 liter bia yento mfa 1 cedi so ne mfa kotua e ka obi and that's supposed to be my headache. What's Ato force in Kasi? Okay.
Or say we can raise revenue without increasing taxes.
Munchi Ato forcing. We are full soldier now. We defend here. Ato forcing.
The midi can Ghana web and away my joy online.
What are we talking about?
We can raise revenue without increasing taxes. Nana or see a bit to my bit me and Jessica Wabra at 1 yam for being come.
And there were the Ato energy sector levy action or adding. Dia wo say ye to 1 liter bia na wo de 1 cedi e to so no e de Ghana ni de na ni ji enye Ghana ni ne ho to na enye say ai Nana Akufo-Addo onjiri nipa ho na sabi bibusa question no ye papa Nana Dodanko Akufo-Addo sabi Levy no oji se ni botom Levy no Nana Akufo-Addo ode to so no oji se ni botom COVID-19 levy na now Dodanko Akufo-Addo no original or the stay bottom. And so me no me no kase including NDC for and defended this barbaric at at that time. DNSC ya sorry anopa. Nyamia ya do nyoma e kofom. Ghana ni atua petrol atua diesel de bia yesu say petrol ne bo e wo soro nyamia ya adom aban wati se nyoma petrol bo e kofom enti Ghana ni de on sorry an pa ma na ninje Ghana ni jepe na ye problem ama manyuni wati se nyoma obi e bo abaso petrol ne kofom ma for the first time yenya ye to petrol ye ni age say afidie ye ni age all of a sudden Ato forcing na nanu make come for why ade no Ato forcing say oni Mahama akotena say aka kire ye say no oto 1 liter bia na yemfa 1 cedi enso so oto Jesus Christ oto ready first na ye 49 pesos first na ye 49 pesos na say oto 1 liter bia na yeto 49 pesos. Now aban say bibi Afenyo energy sector levy energy sector ni say e ka bi gu ho ya bro ka bi egu ho na e ka na ya bro gu ho no e ma omuntimi ntua Dumsor na be ba nyina because e to da bibi omupe fango kura guma ne boa ye den all this one no omun she dan calculate ye ma fango na ye de begum no yan fanka ho and as I say Dumsor na ECG for experience no sometimes e na ye fango ho nsem nintia no omun ye sika de akwakoto fango because of that ninti no aban makwan na parliament njintum say yemfa 1 cedi ento 1 liter biaso enti samre ya liter no ye 12 cedis no yemfa 1 cedi ento so said the beya ye betse near the akwakobo sa Dumsor ene nyoma na ekoso wo nyinama wo ahode na yenye sika no yemfa nkobo ho bra na when your NDC full soldier say defend it all of a sudden hwe me debia me kase nyankopon beguso aye nyankopon sa we obi na ye NDC full soldier now ye NDC ni na nado danko akufuado ode to bi to so say ye de to so a ebebo a na wo se enye na oye insensitive na wo defend we ya nyame hwe enyome bi wo ho a ye kan mo ntiase ye mu bi time okra ne mpe e-levy but edru ma bi ne hu say e-levy nanya aba na e-levy no ma yesika nemom de na problem ni nyina ne say sika na ya ne agi no ye nhye da nya so mfaso enti edrume bi miama kasa me sesama no say e-levy na mempre so nanso abaye nya sika dia ene e-levy no yemfa ma ye ntwam nemom saa sika no ye betimi dia ye bibi foforo Ghana for ka bebre NDC for ni bi ye o dabi o se obetwam a wontwam because me can say e-levy no na first memfo aso nemom eche sika ba mu no me se samre aban ho bekire no aban ne ho bekire no me kan wa ha se aban bi obeteko be ejo Mahama ne ho bekire no sika afem me kan wa ha enti ene e-levy na ama sika no eno ane se aban we na waba no onka so no ano kae nemom sika we no ebi kra wo mpe e-levy din na sesa no fa ye din foforo bi ne pe sika na fa sa sika no ekoye bibi aban so obetwam
yes energy sector no debt bi ho na ye pese ye so dum so ano dia this year tier 1 cedi on every liter of fuel ye beto na Yahu bida enti yamanyofo no omunya careful minim say aban no goodwill enti bibia obeka bia no ye dangerous say people will understand but yanya careful say ye start e-levy ye share ye bo bebre wo krom ha mo ye we dia say insi at the end of the day Enyama ye hu no enya ne sa ne bam oh muntuatu sika wo every liter of fuel na yemfa entu dum so ase ye betu sika 3 years afa dum so besi e be kan kire say ye dum sie every day I say this Ghana for enye nipa omaso den say ye ntuato me from the little analysis I know ubusa Ghana for edu say omuntuato a omuntua no eye baako anamienu emu nwatwe no si ombetua na omutua sika no ye hu de ye de ye that is Ghana's problem. The ato forcing yempe robbing Peter to pay Paul bia yempe robbing Peter to pay Paul bia what to do say ye beje to ye kaka we no anadwona o ma pass no na say omo nipa bebre wo parliament minority for na ankokra na omo wo ma numbers no betimi dia pass emra bebre o ma pass no na said they are no ho hare mo abra mo pass no sika ni use no e wo se ehu ne sa because ye ntumi so ano mo pass na me ready bibia e kire say yeti wona muka asemu yi to afri ho e na mo baaye no so no clearly mo behu energy sector debt ntinka abra na nka mo kan budget na nka mo kan him say ye be yi to bi afri ho de na mo meto bi a e wo se ye gigye no ye de bi be solve one or two especially energy sector na energy sector debt e wo ho no ye ntumi enka se ye e-levy afri ho ye yi we ye afri ho ye yi bibia afri ho e wo abra ye ntumi fato bi ama ntinka wo budget no mananka Ghana for started prepare mo ho say oh ye yi we nyina afri ho no we are preparing ourselves to pay this enko yese mo numbers ntino bibia ba na ma pass you goodwill no honeymoon until the goodwill no ente Nti mama eniama sabi MPP supporters beka enya mo ade tantan. Mama ade a NDC supporters beka no enya mo se o omo nko ana hwe se se o man no ye what 1.7 to 2 million voters bia omania bie. They don't care where they were born. And now mommy to me catch you say aha na wo to you say you me ma sorry every ho. Ebia power no umpe dia and we can do what you want. Say Ghana for that sorry na yetimi tena o man mu sa 5 months. Na kani anum ya. Obia complaining about sa one city I'm telling you. Say Ghana for na to me ka say hey Yamaya 3 days ahead say ye bedum kania ewo kutubabi ampa 3 days no mudumi omudum no 4 hours omasa so every hono yenka say yete wa kania dum preko peda a transformer bi am blow ye bibi ansi ye nsuo bi antoye asay niema na ye timitna Ghana 5 solid months 6 months 7 months na ye ndundum kania 1 cedi on a liter na ye tiano. It's very difficult for Ghanaians to complain because Ghana for pay value for money. Ghana for any article.
Within that same period now, Ato is forcing now young months more. You can say almost shut up. You can say almost shut up. That same period no, I want my way no. Not tomatoes more. Not tomatoes and then you 5 cedi no. I feel you back 5 cedi within that same period. And then every akoyo ko biaso na che. Ko biaso na say Oko ene market ewo ebi amalata market ewo etire ya obetumi atoni ema kofia within that same period kakra na mo say mo ye niam bi nti ama dollar e ba fam nti nyina ye ni age obi e boso mimi say na ne o mama tira anka say aban na responsible for the dollar enti dollar no na 14 cedis ya mi adom mo dia buy na be 12 cedis o company say be da be 12 Emma no so magire no so Emma makache drivers ni awoga na say omo nte lorry fare so when me omo nsa mo mate lorry fare so last week yeah na mo take petrol use by 8%. Last week was the same and I said 2 or 3 days ago and I mo take petrol so by 8%. Afia no na do the so then afo yin e kwakoda ye kwakoda kwa ni edum kanea me area me de sum na me am dem paswa na me ba little girl be friend say daddy I've seen a story on YouTube that they are going to increase taxes on petrol. I say how? No me far before. And I'm call your friend say parliament for page your work Facebook. Some that so more parliament to mo kan wase. Me baby ya ato afechire Edinburgh ko parliament under certificate of agency say nra na omo nyina ho no mo fa eto 1 cedi embeka petrol 1 liter bi ebeto so. Anyhow, I am challenging you. Nama konyewe hwemu Mame Ghana ha in the past 20 years. Abaya aba edi etoa ne bo edin levy ne bo edin it says how 1 cedi levy. Now do you know the implication of the 1 cedi levy? Say when you say Ghana for taxi drivers ni emu bebe ni fuel e ton in liters. So in gallons. The tin na ne say endra na dwo. Embra ni nyina ya da no. NDC MPs no kwa na kwatena parliament omu kwa na MPs ni ho omu kwa kwatena parliament na omu kwa hye mbra say e free and now say chine ko taxi driver truck driver private car driver bia okoto gallon back bia ubetu ya force the 50% tax am buy free and apart from sikana we tu ya to wo fu on who say tu ya 4 cedi 50%. And now so truck we dey do from Madina ba Accra Tema station. If I 10 gallons, I buy say, o fellow tank will be able to 45 cedis taxes. 45 Ghana cedis taxes. O fellow tank will be 45 cedis. Omo de bit a year ubay. Bit anyway ubay. Bit no I think about 42 liters. What it means is that bit driver fell in the tanker. Or bet you have 42 cedis. I'm buying in taxes. Abba. Abba.
I am surprised Honorable Jantuah is not in this chamber. When he came into office, he talked about the challenges at ECG. And I'm with him on that score. Mr. Speaker, the time has come for us as a political class to look at the institutional failures and address them. If Honorable Minister of Energy comes to this house introducing reforms, I will be the first to support him. If he comes to do politics, saying that during your time it was 22% transmission losses and our time is 40%, that is the usual politics. Now, the mistake you are making is that imposing these levies without addressing the challenges at ECG, Mr. Speaker, you come to square one. Mr. Speaker, I want colleagues, I have chaired that board. And the problems of that institution, Mr. Speaker, the fact that I'm in opposition does not mean that you in government should fail. No, Mr. Speaker, but I'm saying that the challenges in that institution is beyond you in government and I in opposition. If we want to look at it with a partisan eye, gentlemen and ladies of this chamber, we would always come here and argue. But the problems will be there. I am rather proposing to this government that focus on reforms at ECG. The power we produce, Mr. Speaker, I want to encourage this government to focus on reforms at ECG. There are fundamental challenges there, from the point where people consume the power without paying. Mr. Speaker, I'm not with the report now, but Mr. Speaker, for the 3 or 4 months that I chaired that board, there was a report that I had a privy of going through, and it was alarming. What was it? That less than 30% of the users of the power we generate actually pay. Most households have illegally connected. Most factories do not pay power. So, Mr. Speaker, in this chamber, instead of we doing the MPP NDC politics, let's spare a moment of our time. Today, with technology, there is nothing you cannot do. I hold a view that even aside this bill, you are going to get some 5.7 billion cedis if the reforms are properly handled. Mr. Speaker, quite obviously, you can rake in more and more and more, because when we have a stable energy sector, it benefits the economy, it benefits our people, and government will be able to use resources to develop the nation rather than always going to use it to pay. Mr. Speaker, can you imagine this 5.7 billion divided by 276? This is supposed to be monthly, correct? Yes. Divided by 276. It means that this money could be for our people infrastructure. 400,000 or more can come to each constituency. So, Mr. Speaker, if we do not take steps to introduce reforms at ECG, at Ghana Gas, at VRA, at BUI, Mr. Speaker, we will come back again to say we are imposing another e-levy. And this is what I want my friends in government to take advantage of and do those reforms. For now, The reforms they spoke about, nothing has been done. When they took office, they were chasing after containers, trying to talk about containers that were not even in the custody of ECG, claiming that those containers have been stolen. All of a sudden, they say the containers have been found, and they've not held a press conference on it. They only smuggled the report to Graphic to publish it on front page, and they went quiet. They forgot about the damage they did to the reputations of the management and the board of ECG, knowing that at the time they made those statements, those containers were not in the custody of ECG, but were in the custody of the ports. Mr. Speaker, there is a limit to mischief. When we get on the campaign platform, of course, we can make promises. Once you come into government, you have to recline and face the reality. Dr. Forson came here to promise us that there will be no taxes. No new taxes will be imposed. No new taxes will be imposed. No new levies. Mr. Speaker, today, what is the time? 10, as I speak, is 10:22. In the dead of night, Ghanaians, I suspect, with this application to take the bill through the motions and the certificate of urgency, the intention of the leader of government business is to do this thing in the dead of night like they did in the gold board one. So Ghanaians will wake up.
Comment section. I Penyah Media.